What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be doing a money making guide. I'm going to be doing a couple of different methods, 9 or so to be exact. These are centered more towards newer-esque players. Most of them you'll know, some of them you might. So let's get into the video. The first method I actually just found out while trying to do this was I was going to do what you're going to see in the next clip, impling catching, and I needed some jars. So I was like, okay, I don't have any jars in my bank. I'm just going to make jars. Right? So I changed one impling into 3 jars. Now a jar is about 1,000 GP each. A baby impling is about 1,300 GP each. So 1,300 GP. They don't price check for that, but that's what I was buying them for. And then jars is 3,000. So you take about, what is that, 9 implings? Well, I got more implings just because I'm making the next part of this video as well. But you take 9 implings, you just spam click them through. You make them, it's a little bit annoying, but boom, boom, you make them into jars. You just go through here, run to the bank, rinse and repeat, and you're going to be making a fair bit of money. On to the next step, which is going to be actually hunting the implings with said jars. And also, you can also buy 3 essence, 2, I believe that's, eclectics, and 1 nature, and just make the jar generator. You won't get 100 jars, you'll get 100 butterfly jars. I think you'll get somewhere around 50 jars, so it is also worth it to do with this method if you'd like. But either way is still fairly good profit. Okay, so for the next method, you can either carry on from the previous method, which is selling the baby implings for jars, or you can just straight up buy jars, and then you're going to catch implings. Now the ones you're going to want to catch are dragon implings if you have 83 hunter, magpie implings, 65 hunter, eclectic implings, which are 50 hunter, and gourmet implings, which are 28 hunter. Yes, you only need 28 hunter to catch gourmet implings, which currently sell for about 3,200 GP at the time of this recording, which means if you're going to get 27 in each inventory, you're not going to get any the magpie, the dragon, or the eclectics. Just those. You'll make about 86,000 GP in an inventory. Now let me know though, for this method and for the previous method, you will need completion of the Lost City quest. This is really not that hard of a quest. It shouldn't really take you that long. It's fairly low-esque stats. Now, one thing that'll help you, but is not required, is a rune pouch with runes to be able to cast Bind, Snare, or Entangle, depending on your magic level. These will be very helpful. Also, the magic butterfly net, which you just have to trade this guy over here. These implings, so I believe you need essence. I do not know the level for essence, but they shouldn't be that hard really to get. And then you can get yourself a magic butterfly net, which will help you catch these guys a lot faster. So on to the next method. Okay, so when you have gotten your full inventory, if you're just selling the jars or if you're catching the implings, all you have to do to bank is just click on this, click the escape. It'll make you not have to go through a dialogue with this little guy over here. It'll take a couple of seconds to teleport out. You just want to set your compass over here to the north and just run to the left. And there's a bank here. Now you can also do some sort of teleport to Edgeville using a glory and then slayering to Relica with a Draymond staff, or if you've done the Lumbridge diaries up to a certain point where you don't have to use this Draymond staff, and then you can teleport to the fairy ring, which is just right there. That is very likely faster, but not at all necessary. So this is a fairly low method, like level method. If all you need is 28 hunter, that won't take you more than 2-3 hours to get. So it's really actually a fairly good method. Okay, so the next method is probably the best and most well-known method in 2007 right now, Zulrah. There's already a guide on this channel, so I'll link that in the description below if you'd like to go check that out. But basically all you'll need is partial completion of Regicide, and preferably partial completion of the Fairy Tale Part 2, and 71 agility and a summer pie, so you can use the fairy rings, also slayer rings of course, or a quest cape to teleport to a fairy ring. You use the fairy ring to get to the fairy ring near Zulrah, and then use a summer pie to boost over the little gap there. That's the fastest way without just burning a lot of money on Zolander teleports, which you do need completion of Regicide to complete. Next to that, you'll just need high range, high mage. The higher mage, the better. Range, if you have it in the 80s, you should be good. I believe 75 is toxic blowpipes. That's really the that's about the average. If you have 75 range, that'll be good. Higher is obviously better. Mage, I would say 80 to 90, and you'll be, if you have 90 mage and let's say 90 range, you'll be fairly good at the solar. You won't really have any issues. But as I said, there is a better, more in detailed guide on the channel, and it will be linked in the description. So we'll be moving on to the next part in this guide. Okay, so the next method is also a pretty tried and true method. There's going to be two ways to do it, the range and the melee. This of course is wyverns. This is your AFK, very AFK range setup. You're going to want void, you're going to want your best crossbow, rune or armadillo, you're going to want your best boots, your best cape. If you have range, use that. If not, use an avis. You're going to want broad bolts, a elemental shield, a elemental mine shield, or a dragonfire shield. And you're going to want the ring of life. I believe the dragonfire shield you do not want if you're ranging, because I believe it has a negative range bonus. You'll want that if you're meleeing. I also want a fury or whatever your best necklace is. These slots right here, you just change up as you go. The better your count is, the more money you have, you can make those better or worse. The more kills you'll get per hour, the more money you'll get. The ring of life. You can use an archer's ring, definitely. This is only just as a safety precaution. If you want, use the archer's ring, go for it. You can also bring a book of armadillo or some other shields, better shield slot, and once the aggro has been taken off, because you'll, for the first little bit that you're in there, you'll have aggro, and then after a bit, it won't be on you anymore. They won't instantly aggro onto you, so you'll be able to safe spot them. There's many a safe spot. If while you're trying to find a world, you can easily see where people are standing. It's fairly self-explanatory. So you can change that up as needed. So here is the inventory. Now, for the inventory, we're bringing 8 range potions. This you can change. You can bring more monkfish, less monkfish. You can bring shark if you want to. I just have monkfish because this is a fairly easy just get up. You're going to bring a couple of range potions just because while you are tanking the time that they're aggro to you, you will have to pray. If you stand far enough away from them, which I believe is 8 tiles away from them, you'll still be able to hit them, but they'll only hit you with, I believe it is range. So if you just pray range, and if you see it getting hit with range, then just pray mage. Also, you want to bring the rune pouch with nature runes and fire runes because you will alch stuff. With this getup, you can stay there for months if you would like to. Really, you can bring broad bolts and feathers, and you can fletch your soft bolts while you're there if you would really like to. You don't need the range potions to hit. They just help you, and while you're going there, you might as well bring them because you don't need that food. Because after a while, you shouldn't take any damage. That is the thing. Now, the requirements though. You'll need 72 Slayer, which isn't really that hard to get. You'll need the Elemental Man Shield or a DFS, or the Elemental Shield. I'd recommend 80 in range, 80 to 90 in range, and for melees, 70 to 80. 80 would be the recommended for the starting of that, but you could for melee. But for range, yeah, 80 would be the minimum I'd recommend they're going with. Also, if you have scroll of redirections, you can use that to get there. If you use the scroll of redirections on your house teleport, you can make that into Remington tabs, and you can just go over there. The Salve Amulet does not work. It does not work, so don't use it. Okay, now we're going to go on to the melee guide. Okay, and for melee, you'll be wanting to take at least void melee, whip, fire cape, your fury, some type of blessing, preferably a berserker ring. You could take a warrior ring if you'd like to, dragon boots, and whatever type of shield you're going to be taking, DFS or not. Now you can always upgrade this gear, just like you can with the range gear. If you want to take the range gear into Armadillo, you can do that. This gear, it would be preferred if you were to take it up into at least barrows or bandos. Bandos would be pretty nice. You can swap out for, let's say, barrows, top and bottom, a warrior helm because you're using a whip, and the barrows gloves, and then you basically have the exact setup that you're looking for. So that is the gear, and then for the inventory, you're going to want 1 super combat potion, because that's about how long it will take you, a energy potion just to help you get there. You're going to use your Remington tab, teleport to Remington, go to there, using your energy potion, do the kills, use your dragon dagger. That's a fairly good spec weapon. and then just use your Ring of Dueling, go bank, rinse and repeat, and this is the best method to killing wyverns by far. It'll make you a fair bit of money an hour. So on to the next methods. Next methods won't be as good money. They'll be more lower level, even though the implings were pretty low level, I'm not gonna lie. These will be more like medium level / AFK. Okay, so the next method we're going to be doing is making Barrows teleport tabs. This method has semi-high requirements, I guess. It has 83 magic and 100% Arceus favor. These aren't really too hard to get and things that you kind of want to get either way. So just kind of get them out the way and you can do this method. Now, this isn't the best method for making money, I'm not about to lie to you. This is fairly AFK though. It does give a very slight amount of rune crafting XP, mining XP, and magic XP, so it's not too bad. The gear you're going to want is your full graceful. I have the Spottier Cape and the Boots of Lightness, just because I have nothing really better to use. I have the Drayman Staff equipped. You can have it in inventory, but it's a lot more efficient just to have it equipped, because you'll have to switch to it every round if not. This is the best gear you're going to want to wear. You won't want to wear anything else because you're not going to be doing any combat, so you're not going to need anything. Next up is your inventory. All you're going to want is a pickaxe. Better you have, the better it is. It can be a rune though. I see most people doing it with a rune. You can do it with dragon. It's really however you want. And a chisel. And then the rest of your inventory is just blank. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have paid the 80k to unlock this fairy ring right here. You're going to want to use whatever method you're using. My preferred method is the Games Necklace to either Wintertodt or to Barbarian Assault. Bank there, use a Slayer Ring to Relica, and then just to teleport over to here. You run from here. Now you can bring energy potions if you'd like. My agility, I don't really need them. But if you're lower agility level, you might need them. So you'd run past here. Now you do also have to be on the Arceus spellbook, so just change to it while you're right here. Run down to here, use either of the 3 shortcuts that are around here, and then mine from these 2 essence mines right here until you have a full inventory. Then run back to here and use the blocks that you're going to get. Use the essence that you're going to get on the altar. You're going to get dark essence. This is what you're going to need to actually make the Barrows tabs. Then just teleport and just keep making until you have however many you'd like. And then going on to the next step, which is actually making the tabs. Okay, so now you're going to want to have gotten rid of all of the gear that gives you any sort of weight differ, or just to have your graceful on. That's it. Just have your graceful on. That's all you're going to need. You're going to want to come down to this bank right here. Now, I would actually show you me doing this, but it's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm an arrogant YouTuber, and I don't want to actually do it. So, I have done this before, don't worry, I'm not just making the guide out of nowhere. Okay, you're going to come to this bank right here. You're going to have a rune pouch that has, for each tablet you make, has to have 2 law runes, 2 soul runes, and 1 blood rune. You're going to have your rune pouch, you're going to be on the Arceus spellbook, and you're going to get 27 of the dark essence. You're going to run up to this fireball right here, and you're just simply going to make the essence, just like you were, make the essence into a tab like you were doing at a house to make a house teleport, right? You just simply run back and forth, run back and forth, run back and forth, drink some energy potions if you need to. You will spend a little bit of time here, just making the teleport tabs, so if you're, depending on your agility level, you shouldn't be running out of run too much, but it is a small trek, but it doesn't really take that long. And then you just keep going back and forth, make your Barrows tabs, sell them off, and boom, profit. Okay, so I do have more methods. It'll be coming out in episode 2. This is more the higher tier methods. This video is just getting a little bit too long to do all the methods that I'm going to be putting in. So there will be lower tier methods coming in the next video. I hope to see you guys all there. There will be a link to it whenever it is uploaded, which should be the next day from when this one is. So I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked, and peace out.